My cat just abandoned me, but I'm hoping she'll come back. Hello, and welcome back to Munros via public transport. Okay, so for this video, I guess I'll give a little bit of an intro. I decided to use Sgòrr Ruadh as a base to potentially tackle 3 Munros, and I actually ended up summiting one, as you will see in the video. So really easy to get to via public transit. The connections are really good. Taking the train from Inverness, I got off at Strathcarron. That train goes multiple times a day. See, this is where I'm hesitant to give kind of like advice. You'll just have to check it. But Maol Chean-Dearg, that is a really easy Munro to summit in relatively good time. So I'm fairly confident that you could just get the earliest train out there, get off at Strathcarron, and then get the last train back in the evening, and that you'd be able to do it in a day. I feel confident saying that. I chose not to do it that way, which again, I think if you are using Munros for public transit, you're probably going to have to spend, you know, some more time up, like overnight trips to make it worthwhile and like really enjoyable, which, you know, for me is like really fun, and I think is a really great way to think about seeing more of the country and so on, and to have it, yeah, just be a place that you actually spend more time in. Like for me, that's like the beautiful thing, right? Spending more time outdoors, not less. So I do think it's possible to do it as a day trip, as a day hike, via public transit. However, you might also find that you want to spend a couple nights at the bothy and climb a few Munros that way. You can walk from the train station to the Coulags parking lot. There is a public footpath most of the way along the river. You do have to walk along the road for, as I say later in the video, for approximately 10 minutes. And there's another earlier part where you have to walk along the road as well. However, both can be done with relative ease, and there is a good public footpath along the way. Enjoy. Okay, so I just got off the train here at Strathcarron. In the parking lot where I once fell over, slipped on ice. It was during Storm Bert, and it was that moment that made me realize I was not climbing that weekend. So I went back and I waited at the train station for the next train to come through, and I got straight back on it. All right. So this part that I'm not really going to show, but that happens, I was really nervous about. There were like 2 parts where I was a little bit nervous about walking on the road, just based on like the maps I'd seen. And one is there's a bridge around a little bit of a curve, like soon after the train station. And I will just say that it was absolutely fine. It was not worrisome whatsoever. I could always really easily see traffic coming in both directions, and yeah, I had been concerned about that, but no problems there. Right. So it's just starting to rain. I'd been keeping an eye on the forecast all day, and it kept saying it was going to rain, and then it didn't. And I was very pleased because I forgot my rain cover for my bag. Anyway, it's just spitting now, but we'll see how it goes. At least it's very easy walking for this part, and won't be on the road for long, so that's good. So this is the way I'm choosing to go. Here's a spot where the map indicates that one must ford. Oh, but yeah, there's a bridge. It looked like there was a bridge, and there is. Cool.
just stopped and had a lovely chat with a gent with 2 greyhounds. And now I'm just coming up the road, so I won't film anything up there for safety's sake, but I think it's supposed to be a pretty wide verge, and it should only be about 10 minutes, I think, on the side of the road, so we will see. So here we are at the Coulags parking lot. It is just gone 4:30, as you say in the UK, or 4:30 as I would say in Canada, meaning that it's taken me just over an hour to get here, which included stopping for pictures, stopping to chat and pet the doggies. Yeah, so feeling good. It is raining. I do have waterproof trousers in my bag. I will not get them out because I don't care. All right, here we go. And of course, I just came up too early. Should have stayed on the road for another minute. So back we go. I'd been a bit worried about taking in this fuel because I knew obviously it was heavy. Now, admittedly, I haven't really made any height yet, so we'll see if my opinion changes, but it hasn't been too bad. My pack is the heaviest it's ever been, but it is manageable, and I definitely think it'll be worth it because it's such a short walk, really. Yeah, and I just think it'll be worth it when I have a fire at the bothy. So I'm about halfway up now, out of breath, but yeah, it's fine with the fuel. I think just because I fucking love being out here, and it doesn't matter what the weather is, it doesn't matter how tired I am, how heavy the pack feels. I just fucking love it. And there in the distance is the peak, the first glimpse, I should say, of the bothy. Nothing like a bothy in the Clag. Honestly, to me, this is like heaven. This is perfect weather. I prefer this to sun.
Got a nice fire going. Got a nice gloom outside, which I love. And drying off. It's a really, really nice big bothy. Yeah, I think I'll sleep in that room, obviously, where I set up my thermarest. I won't go upstairs for now, but there's also a lovely upstairs that I checked out. Very happy. Of the bothy. I'm just at this spot, the Carron, where it's time to turn off. Yeah, and head my way on up Maol Chean-Dearg. Looks like the rain is easing up a little bit, which I have mixed feelings about. I don't mind walking in the Clag. However, I did just fall, slid right down a little bank, so it's probably for the best. Don't think I'm going to be getting any views today, but yeah, I just find this beautiful, so no complaints from me.
there is a decent breeze, so the clouds are moving quite quickly, and the sun was even making an appearance a minute ago. So I'm going to head on up. I had a protein bar, which I think is going to do wonders for my energy levels. Yeah, I was moving at a snail's pace, but that's fine, and I would rather do that. Normally I'm in danger of walking too quickly, if anything. There's no danger of that today. So yeah, it'll be just a nice chill walk on up. It hasn't been a challenging walk. I just haven't been sleeping well, I think is the main thing. And of course wearing rain gear, it's quite restrictive. Okay, enough chat, let's get on up. And there's Ruadh stack. It's really clearing up now. Some views. It's a bit, I definitely couldn't see this much before. See the summit, the cairn in the distance. Oh, jeez. So I think I did a bit more scrambling than was strictly necessary. We'll see on the way down. If I find a different way. Anyway, at the end now. I mean, the scrambling was fine. It might have been nice to have saved my energy a bit. But here we are. Not much of a view, as I expected, but that's alright. Nice to get to the top. And now we head back down. Can't really tell how pink this is, but rest assured it is pink, and it's very interesting. Yeah. So heading further down to the glen today. I've just passed the cairn at which you go left to go up Maol Chean-Dearg, or straight to carry on down. There's that done. So yes, I have so much more energy this morning than I did yesterday morning, and if I'd known that when I left the house, Bothy, I probably would have decided to do both Munros, Ben Leithvower.
Okay, so at the time, when I mispronounced the name of that Munro, I was mad about it at the time, and I'm still mad about it. So yes, it's just Ben Leithvower.
And Sgòrr Ruadh, but I was anticipating only having the energy for one, so that's what I wrote in the Bothy book, Sgòrr Ruadh. And because I've done that, I'm not going to change my plan now, but yeah, feeling good, feeling more like myself than I was yesterday, feeling, yeah, much more energetic, and yeah. still can't see the summit of Maol Chean-Dearg. Maybe someday. Just gorgeous. Was incredible. An eagle flying over the mountain. I did cry. And I don't believe in omens or anything like that, but I saw an eagle from the train as well right before I got off Strathcarron, and I sent my best friend a message just telling her I was getting off the train and I'd just seen an eagle. And yeah, it's also just a nice little reminder of my friend, I guess. So yeah. Hi, Emily. Been some incredibly strong winds. I'm a bit protected now by the south top. However, we're just going to see. God, that's a glorious view. Yeah, I might have to reconsider getting to the summit. We'll see how it's looking up there. The thing is, it's been such a glorious walk that even if I don't reach the top, it will be fine. Like, I don't even think it would be disappointing because it's just been so lovely. But yeah, we'll see in a bit. There she is in the back there. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know if you can see how close and how quickly that cloud is moving, but it's so interesting. Like yesterday, obviously I was in the Coulags the whole time, but seeing it move in is very different. I'm gonna go a bit higher and then I'll make another call. So, quite a comical moment. Will I be able to tell them? It's picking up again. So I decided I would head up a bit further, just to see, I'd be able to see over the other side of the hill, and I would just reassess and see if there was better weather coming on the other side of the mountain that I just couldn't see. And I was literally, here we go. It was so clear as I was going up, and I had just thought to myself, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna summit this today. I had just thought that, reached whatever height it was. I haven't checked the map. And a huge gust of wind came. I had to drop to my knees. And in that same instant, I could see that the weather coming in was like far, far worse. And then I turned to like put my back to it because I like dropped to my knees and then kind of like flipped over. And the weather coming in up the glen was also awful. So yeah, that determined me. And obviously it's like a tad disappointing, but also not, which I think I'll like talk about a little bit more. Like, you know, sometimes you reach where you were intending to, and sometimes you don't. And in either case, like, I've had such a spectacular day. It's just beautiful. I'm just really happy to be outdoors, and yeah, I just feel so glad and happy to be walking up here. And, you know, okay, fine, so I made it up 800 meters or whatever and just didn't do the last 150. You could look at that and think that it's like disappointing, but also I've had such a great day. So yeah, maybe I'll talk about this a bit more later, but yeah, that's where we're at. It's pretty windy. But, woo!